Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 22nd of November 1987, and the title is The Way to Receive Multi-Millionfold Help from the Ocean of Help. Today, Bap Dada is looking at all his courageous children everywhere. From the beginning until now, every Brahmin soul has become worthy of receiving Bap Dada's help on the basis of their courage, and they have continued to move forward in their efforts according to the blessing. When the child maintains courage, the father definitely helps. The children take one step of courage, and in return, all the children attain multi-million steps of help from the Father. This is because, whether you call it a promise or an inheritance from Bap Dada, it is for all the children. And because of this easy, elevated attainment, souls who have been weak for 63 births have been able to become strong and are continuing to move forward. What was the first courage you had as soon as you took Brahmin birth? The first courage was that you demonstrated making the impossible possible. For you imbibed the specialty of purity. You had the courage to have this determined thought. We have to become pure, and the Father gave you multi-millionfold help. You souls are originally and eternally pure. You have become pure many times, and you will continue to become pure. This is not anything new. You are simply repeating once again the elevated stage you have had many times. Even now, the devotees of you pure souls continue to ask for the power of purity in front of your non-living images. They continue to sing songs of your purity. As well as that, they also have shown the symbol of purity on each of you worthy of worship souls as a halo of light. You were made powerful through such an awareness. That is, with the Father's help, from being weak, you became strong. You have become so powerful that you have become instruments to issue this challenge to the world. We will definitely make the world pure. From being weak, you have become so powerful. All the rishis and munis and great souls of the Copper Age considered it impossible to remain pure while living in a household. And according to the present time, they themselves find this difficult. However, you speak about this in a natural way in front of them, saying that purity is the original and eternal form of the soul. So what is difficult in that? This is called the child having courage and the father giving help. You experienced the impossible becoming easy, and you continue to experience it to be easy. The more they consider it to be impossible, the more you say that it is extremely easy. So the Father gave help with the power of knowledge, and through remembrance, Baba gave power through the soul's experience of the pure stage to bring about transformation. So this is maintaining the first step of courage and receiving multi-millionfold help from the Father. In the same way, you become conquerors of Maya, no matter in how many different forms Maya has been coming to attack you from the beginning until now. Sometimes she came in a royal form, and sometimes in a visible way, sometimes in an incognito way, and sometimes in an artificial, godly form. You have been living as Maya's companions for 63 births. It is a little difficult to let go of such strong companions. This is why she is forced to attack you in different forms, whereas here you are strong, even while being attacked so much. The children who have courage are worthy of receiving the Father's help, and because of this help, they are able to repel Maya's attack. They say it is her duty to come and our duty to gain victory. You consider the attack to be a game. You consider Maya's form of a lion to be like an ant because you know that Maya's kingdom is now going to end, and that the victory of you victorious souls who have been victorious many times is 100% guaranteed. This is why this intoxication of guaranteed victory gives you the right to receive multi-millionfold help from the Father. So, where the children maintain courage and receive the Almighty Authority Father's help to make the impossible possible and to challenge Maya, and the world is not a big thing. You do believe this, do you not? Bab Dada was seeing the result from the beginning till now of how much a child maintains courage and on the basis of this becomes worthy of receiving help from the Father and becomes an easy effort maker and continues to move forward, and how far he has reached. So what did he see? The Father's help, that is, the gift from the bestower, and the blessings from the bestower of blessings are like an ocean. Some children who are taking from the ocean become as full as the ocean and make others the same. However, other children, because of not knowing the way to receive help, or instead of taking help, play games of their own effort and sometimes being intense in their speed, and at other times becoming disheartened, continue to fluctuate in that way. Some children sometimes receive help and sometimes have to labor. They have help for a long time, but then sometimes, because of their carelessness, they forget the way to take help at that time, and instead of maintaining courage, they become arrogant and think that they are always pure. If the Father doesn't help us, who else would He help? The Father is bound to help us. Because of this arrogance, they forget to take help through the method of maintaining courage. The arrogance of carelessness and the arrogance of paying attention to the self deprives them of receiving help. They think that they have now had a lot of yoga, that they have become jnani souls, yogi souls, and have become very well-known servers, that they are in charge of centers, that their kingdom of service has been created, that nature has also become worthy of serving them, and they are living their life comfortably. This is carelessness in paying attention. Therefore, as long as you live, you have to study and pay attention to becoming complete, and also pay attention to developing an attitude of unlimited disinterest. You forget this. You saw Father Brahma until he reached his final, complete karmatit stage. He paid attention to himself, to service, to having an attitude of unlimited disinterest, as though in a student life he became an instrument and demonstrated this. This is how he maintained courage from the beginning until the end. He became an instrument to give courage. So he became the foremost worthy one in receiving the Father's help and thereby attained number one. Even though his future was fixed, he did not remain careless. He constantly continued to tell the children about his experiences of intense efforts until the end. He became absorbed in the ocean of help to such an extent that even now, like the Father, he is helping all the children in an Avyakt way. This is known as taking one step of courage and becoming worthy of receiving multi-millionfold help. Bap Dada saw that even though some children are worthy of receiving help, they remain deprived of it. Baba said that the reason for this is forgetting the method of maintaining courage. Because of arrogance, that is, carelessness, and because of lack of paying attention to the self. When you don't have the right method, you remain deprived of blessings. Although you are children of the ocean, you become like small ponds. Just as the water of a pond just remains in one place, similarly, you just stand in the midst of effort. Stop making effort. This is why you sometimes labor and sometimes experience pleasure. Today, you are in pleasure, and tomorrow, because of small stones, you become engrossed in removing them. It is not even a mountain, but just small stones. You are the Mahavir Pandava army, and yet even small stones become like mountains. You become engrossed in that effort. Then you amuse Baba. If anyone tells you that those are very small stones, what amusing thing do you then say? What do you know? If it were to come in front of you, you would know. They even say to the Father, you are incorporeal anyway. What do you know? They also say to Brahma Baba, you have received a lift from the Father. What do you know? They say very good things. However, the reason for this is a tiny mistake. They forget the secret. When the child maintains courage, the Father helps. This is the deep philosophy of karma in the drama. When a child maintains courage, God helps. If this method were not a fixed law, then everyone would become number one king of the world. Would everyone sit on the throne at the same time? The law of becoming number wise is because of this method. Otherwise, everyone would complain to the Father and ask why Brahma was made number one, that they too could have been selected as number one. This is why this godly law is created. A according to the drama. There is a fixed law that when you take one step of courage, you receive multi-million steps of help. Even though Baba is the ocean of help, this method of the law is fixed according to the drama. So maintain as much courage as you can and take as much help accordingly. He doesn't hold back in this, whether it is a 1-year-old child or a 50-year-old child, whether he is surrendered or living with the family. Everyone has the same right. However, the attainment is achieved by using the right method. So, you have understood the godly law, have you not? You have maintained courage very well. You have maintained courage even to reach here, for this is why you have reached here. You have maintained courage in even belonging to the Father. This is why you belong to Him. There is a difference between constantly moving along with the method of courage and thereby being worthy of receiving help and in attaining success by using the method sometimes. Always at every step, become worthy of receiving help and achieve the goal of becoming number one. Brahma alone will become number one, but there are many in the first division. This is why Baba says number one. Do you understand? You can come in the first division, can you not? This is called becoming number one. At some time, Baba will tell you about the divine activity of the children's carelessness. You perform wonderful divine activities. Bap Dada constantly continues to watch the divine activities of the children. Sometimes he sees the divine activity of intense effort, and sometimes he even sees the divine activity of carelessness. Acha, what is the specialty of those from Karnataka? Each zone has its own specialty. Those from Karnataka have their own very good language. You are clever in the language of feelings, bhavna. You understand very little Hindi, but the specialty of those from Karnataka is that you are number one in the language of feelings. This is why you always receive the fruit of your feelings. You might not say anything, but you always say, Baba, Baba. You know this elevated language of feelings. This is the land of feelings. Acha, to all the children from everywhere who have courage, to all the worthy souls who always receive the Father's help, to the elevated souls who always know the law and attain success through using the right method, to the elevated, great children who are equal to the Father and who always move along with the method of study and effort until the end, like Father Brahma, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and Namaste. Avyakt Bap Dada Meeting Groups. Do you experience yourselves to be double light angels? The double light stage is the angelic stage. An angel means light. When you came to belong to the Father, you gave all your burdens to the Father, did you not? When you are light of the burdens, you become angels. The Father has come to finish your burdens. So, since the Father will finish your burdens, have all of you finished your burdens or not? You are not secretly holding on to a small bundle, are you? Have you given everything, or have you kept something for a time of need? Are there still a few of the old sin scars, or have they all finished? Old nature and old sin scars are also treasures, are they not? Have you also given those? If even a little still remains, it will bring you down from up above. It will not allow you to become an angel and experience the flying stage. Sometimes you will remain up above, and at other times you will come down. This is why Bab Dada says, give everything. That is Ravan's property. If you keep Ravan's property with you, you will only receive sorrow. To be an angel means to not have the slightest bit of Ravan's property. Old nature and sanskars do come up, do they not? You do say, do you not? I didn't want it to happen, but it happened. I did it, or it just happens. So, this proves that you have still kept a small, old bundle with you, that there is a bundle of rubbish. To become an angel for all time is Brahman life. The past now has finished. You have burned the old accounts. Now it is new things and new accounts. If even the slightest bit of an old debt remains, you will constantly be diseased with Maya, because debt is said to be a disease. Therefore, finish all the accounts. When you have received new life, all the old has finished. You are those who constantly sing songs of Wah, Wah, are you not? Songs of the cries of distress have finished, and you constantly continue to sing songs of Wah, Wah in your mind. Whenever you perform elevated actions, what emerges in your mind? Wah, my elevated karma. Or Wah, the one who has taught me elevated actions. Or Wah, the elevated time that enables me to perform elevated actions. So, you are souls who constantly sing songs of Wah, Wah, are you not? Sometimes, even by mistake, you do not cry out in distress, do you? Oh, what has happened? No, even when you see a scene of sorrow, the sound of distress should not emerge. Yesterday, you used to sing songs of distress, whereas today, you sing songs of Wah, Wah. There is now so much difference. Whose power is this? The Father's or the dramas? The Father's. The Father too has come because of the drama. So the drama too is powerful. If there was no part in the drama, then what would Baba do? The Father is powerful, and drama too is powerful. So continue to sing praise of both. Wah drama wah. What you hadn't even dreamt about has happened in reality. You received everything while sitting at home. To receive such fortune while sitting at home is called a diamond lottery. Have you become the souls who have a right to self-sovereignty at the confluence age? Do you rule over every physical organ that you have? None of your physical organs deceive you, do they? You are not sometimes defeated even in your thoughts, are you? Do you sometimes have waste thoughts? Always be powerful with the intoxication and faith of being self-sovereign souls. Become conquerors of Maya and conquerors of the world. Self-sovereign souls can become easy yogis and constant yogis. Continue to move forward with the intoxication and faith of being a self-sovereign soul. Are you mothers free from attachment, or do you have attachment? Do the Pandavas ever have even the slightest trace of anger? If someone tries to make you fluctuate sometimes, will you become angry? If your teacher sometimes gives you fewer chances for service and more chances to others, would you feel a little anger about what she is doing? Just watch out. A paper will come, because when there is the slightest body consciousness, there definitely is a little force or anger. Therefore, always be a self-sovereign. That is, always be egoless, always a humble server. Even the bondage of attachment has finished. Acha, blessing, may you be a true server and through powerful service fill weak ones with power. The real specialty of a true server is to be an instrument to fill weak ones with power. Everyone does service, but the reason for the difference seen in success is a lack of power in the facilities of service. For instance, when a sword is not sharp, it is unable to work like a sword. In the same way, if the facilities of service are not filled with the power of remembrance, there is no success. Therefore, become powerful servers, fill weak ones with power, and enable quality souls to emerge. For only then will you be called a true server. Slogan: consider every situation to be a method for the flying stage and constantly continue to fly. Om Shanti.